Said, bro, groceries so crazy out here and expensive. People really rethinking how they shopping now. Real talk, man. But look, before we get into the video, I need you to like it before you light it, hit the sub before you hit the bud, and join the team before you hit the green.
Hype me up. Hype me up.
This don't make no sense, dog.
I just wanted to tell y'all I spent $100 at the grocery store on these items.
I know you lying to me.
$100 damn for 5 bags, 2 items, a drink, and some chicken.
I ain't gonna hold you. It look like somebody just moved into that crib and they putting groceries for the first time in that refrigerator. I done been there, done that. Cause boy, listen, I don't care how clean you is, boy. That refrigerator when you first move in is the cleanest it's ever gonna look. And it could be clean, but that looks spotless. Like they deep cleaned that thing.
It's some vegetables. The fuck going on in America?
Now that I'm buying my own groceries, them off brands don't really taste that off, if I'm being for real. What I need Capri Suns for, them Kool-Aid Jammers is just as fine. And I can almost get twice as many. I will take knockoff bread, eggs, milk, butter, cheese. Now, the only thing I can't take a knockoff is toilet paper. I can't stand to have no toilet tissue that my finger's going through. That's just for me personally. You know what I'm saying? Great Value is my best friend. Great Value, clearance, and buy one, get one. And I'm for real. You say my money has to spend on it. Now, if somebody else buying something, you're like, oh, I don't do off-brand bread. I don't do off-brand cheese. And that's fine. Hold up. Don't want you to be upset, okay? That's fine. I was just saying if my wallet was going to pay for it, it was going to be Great Value. It was going to be Publix brand. It was going to be the Audits brand. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to wonder, why is my parents buying Great Value? They're trying to stretch that money to the next paycheck.
Facts.
Leave them people alone.
The kids.
Hey, man, the crazy thing is this, though. A lot of those off brands are literally the same brands are made by the same company, and Walmart just figured out how to make money off of it. So instead of putting it in a Fruit Loop box, they just put it in a Great Value box. I heard that. And another thing I'm going to say is this, bro. I'm a professional poor person. Real talk. I know how to be poor. It wouldn't really drive me crazy unless my kids was being drove crazy. But like, I didn't grow up with no silver spoon, bro. In the wise words of a poet by the name of Soldier Slim, I done stayed in some places that give you boys the chills. So what I'm saying is, I done been there before, bro. I know how to struggle. I'm gonna be all right. This crazy though.
Ask me, can I cook dinner today? Why? I don't even want to cook. Let's go get some groceries. We not grocery shopping, we just going to get food for dinner. We wanted to go to Aldi to save coins, but I want to do a one-stop shop because I need some seasoning from Walmart, so that's where we're at. We got to wipe down the cart a little dirty.
Hey, she about to be in the for a rude
I'm not trying to get the Hannah Montana virus, okay? Need some onions.
I saw a video where a
One bag of
garlic
spinach.
powder costs $10.
Let's do 2. One
About
garlic
that
paste,
size, it costs $10.
roasted garlic and herb seasoning.
That size.
You know what's crazy? I said I only want to go to one store, so I came here, and they don't have shallots, so I have to go to another store anyways. Yay me! So I know I'm gonna save coins at Aldi. I'm gonna put these back and the onions. This all we get from Walmart, honey. $12. Now we're at Aldi. 2 bags of spinach. Gotta get these for my babies. They love them. Today is my lucky day. They don't have shallots either.
Hey, bro, look, anytime you see somebody buying shallots, they really cook for real, bro. The average person ain't cooking with shallots.
Okay. Need shallots for the dinner. Heavy whipping cream. 1 milk for my cereal.
They're like $30 already in the basket.
Butter. Ooh, it's on sale. Salmon.
The L
Jasmine rice. Talk to me nice. Got some shallots. Oh, these look old. Okay, these are better. A whole hour. 3 different grocery stores an hour later. Let's go home and cook. Even though I'm sure y'all already know what I'm cooking, let me know in the comments below if you want me to drop the recipe video. Love y'all. Bye!
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you don't need anything from Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Hobby Lobby, or Home Goods. You don't. I used to be obsessed with going to these places, okay? And then I realized it's all junk, honestly. My theory is buy it nice or buy it twice.
I just dropped $500 at TJ Maxx the other day on Saturday, and the little girl who rung us up, I looked her dead in her eyes, and I said this with conviction. Baby girl, don't you get pregnant by none of these niggas. You see how much I just spent on these churn in here? Don't you get pregnant by none of these niggas out. I promise you, your life not gonna be straight from that point on. You look like a young girl. Do not have no kids. You see what I just dropped on these kids. Don't do it to yourself, man.
So instead of going to Home Goods or TJ Maxx and grabbing things that are lower quality but cheaper, why don't you just invest in nicer pieces, like a nice furniture piece, like a console table from, let's say, Pottery Barn or something like that. Yes, it's going to be more expensive, but at least you know it's going to last, right?
I got an idea too. Look, go to Facebook Marketplace and buy some of that old ass furniture and learn how to do them DIY projects and refurbish them. Real talk, man. Them old pieces of furniture that them old folks got coming out the crib, bro, they still better quality than that shit they making today. Just put some paint on them, sand them down, and you got you something cold-blooded.
Same thing with clothes. You don't need 62 black leggings, I promise. Just get 2 or 3 high-quality leggings. That's it. And I know
Look, if you don't got no booty, the leggings is called stretchy panties. I saw that on TikTok. No offense to the...
all love to shop and get that quick dopamine hit, right? But I promise if you invest in higher quality furniture pieces or clothing, in the long run, it will actually...
If I had $50 and I needed to feed my family, these are the things that I would be buying. First thing would be rice. Right now, this week at Kroger, there's a 5-pound bag of rice for $2.99. That's the first thing I'm going to buy. Next thing, I'm going to buy some beans. I always buy my beans at Dollar Tree because you can get either a 12-ounce bag or a 16-ounce bag. The pinto beans are 16 ounces. All the other ones are 12 ounces, $1.25. I'm going to buy 5 bags of beans. Next thing I'm going to get is some flour. Flour is also on sale this week at Kroger. I forgot exactly what the price is, but let's just say it's $4. So I'm going to get that. I'm also going to make sure that I have some sugar in my house just because that's a pantry staple item that I want to make sure that I've got. I'm going to assume that you have seasonings at your house, but that is something you need to make sure you have already. But I'm not going to include that in the list because I'm assuming that you are already seasoning your food, right? Now, meat. Meat is very expensive. It is astronomically expensive. However, at my Kroger, they have drumsticks that come, it's probably 12 to 14 in a pack. It's a 4.5 pound pack of drumsticks, chicken drumsticks. It's $5. So I may get 2 of those. And then I would probably get a cheap cut of beef. So that could be whatever is on sale. Ground beef, like in the roll, the 3-pound roll, I think it was $4.99 a pound last week. That's too expensive for this run. But let's just say we get 1 pound of ground beef. Okay. I'm gonna get those items, and that's gonna feed my family for the week. How in the world are we gonna do that with 2 packs of chicken, 1 pound of ground beef, some rice, and some beans? Because we are going to get creative. We're going to make meals based on staples. These are meals that will fill you and feed your family. So this is just an example. And you guys, there's tons of information. I cook, but I'm not here to teach you how to cook. You do what you want to. But rice and beans is a complete protein.
Thanks.
Oh, I forgot. We need some vegetables, right? So this week at Walmart and at Aldi, they have string beans and they have corn for 50 cents a can. Get you 12 cans. You can mix, match, whatever you want to do. You'll have string beans one night, corn one night, whatever. Or just get all string beans. That part doesn't matter. Get you that type of vegetable. So you may have chicken, like when you got chicken legs, if you have children, I have an 8-year-old. Tonight at dinner, he ate 2 chicken breasts plus the sides, and he asked for more. So I'm not going to just serve that chicken breast. What I'm probably going to do with the first pack is I'm probably going to bake it, and then I'm going to take the meat off of the bone and do some type of casserole. With the
I love it,
rice, maybe get a can of cream of chicken soup, and I'm going to serve that, put it in the oven, put some cheese on top of it, and here's our dinner tonight. I'm going to serve it with a side of string beans.
I love it.
And then the other part of the chicken, I may, save for chicken spaghetti later on in the week or something like that. Rice and beans, black beans over rice with string beans. That's a meal. And you can use the leftover drippings from when you bake the chicken. You can use that when you're cooking your beans to add extra flavor. You can use a little of the chicken in the beans when you're cooking them if you just want to have a meat. Yeah, I know we eat meat all the time because we think meat is like a staple, but other cultures don't do that.
Yeah.
Like other cultures where they do not have issues with obesity, they don't eat meat every single day.
Facts.
So I get it. Like that's what we are indoctrinated for. but you don't necessarily have to have meat every day. And it's good to just have a vegetarian night. Like you can do that. With that 1 pound of ground beef, I may do like a big pot of spaghetti. You can absolutely supplement your ground beef with lentils.
Facts.
Lentils are a protein, a bean, I guess. But you can cook it in with your ground beef. And like from what I've heard, they don't notice. Like it's okay. And it's going to help your food go further. You can do red beans and rice one night. You can do red beans and rice.
Hey, here in New Orleans, guess what? Mondays historically been known for red beans and rice day. Your mama going to do laundry and she gonna wash clothes that day, because washing clothes was a laborious task back in the day before they made washing and drying machines, right? You had to go out there and do your thing. And while you was doing that, because you was gonna be doing it for a while, you had that pot of beans on the stove, slow simmering, getting all marinated and gooder than a hoodle butter. You know what I'm talking about? But listen, this the type of woman you want on your team when you going through a depression like we are. We ain't in no damn recession. We are in a depression. I can tell you how I know. The average unemployment rate right now for America is around 4.1%, but that does not tell the whole story. Y'all have to look at the people who just gave up looking for a job. Many of them have. And then you have to factor in the people who are functionally employed. Functionally employed is basically underemployed, meaning they're making $26,000 or less a year. Nigga, this is a depression. You can't live off $26,000 a year. That's impossible. You're poor. Your money is going straight to gas and just to get to work. That's what you spending that money on. But this the type of person you want on your team, because she not finna bitch and complain about not being able to go out and eat lamb chops and all that kind of stuff, and your kids gonna be fed. That's who you want on your team right there, bro. And she gonna cook it with love.
With no meat. Or you can serve chicken on the side with string beans or with corn or whatever. Y'all, you don't have to have a lot, but you do have to take the time. And that's what a lot of us don't have, is the time.
Facts.
We need the convenience because we are so strapped for time. If you do not have a crock pot, check out your local Goodwill. Y'all, and even Walmart has crock pots for like $30. Now, I'm not saying $30 is not nothing, but I'm saying if your mama's asking what she can get you for Christmas, tell her you need Christmas right now. You need a crock pot so you can cook for your kids. That's what I'm saying. Like, because Pinterest, check out Pinterest. They got crock pot. They got people over there who make 100 crock pot meals at a time, and they put them in Ziploc bags, throw them in the freezer, and they take one out every single morning, and that's what they're gonna have for dinner that night.
I ain't doing
like
that.
you can absolutely do that with the beans. Yeah, it's cool outside. You can make some taco soup. You got almost everything you need to make taco soup, and you don't have to have a meat for the taco soup. You can put ground beef in there if you want to, or you can just serve it like it is over rice. Like, you can do this, and I know. I cannot imagine. I don't have to imagine, because I understand exactly what it feels like not to know how you were going to feed your children, to wonder what else you will have to sacrifice on top of everything you are already sacrificing. Just know you are not alone. You are not by yourself. It may feel like it, but you're not. And this is not just for people who are receiving food assistance. There are people, tons of people who are part of this community who are disabled, and or they have parents who are elderly, or children who are...
Or you just don't make enough money at your job. Straight up.
Disabled, and they are absolutely terrified. And if you don't hear anybody else say this, you're not alone. You are loved. You are worthy. I am sorry. I am sorry that this is what we are facing right now. But we can do this. You can do this. Because you're worth it.
Man, shout out to, what was her name? Natalie Steak, man. Shout out to her, bro. Heart of gold, bro. Shout out to her.
How are you guys affording groceries? I spend $700 a month on groceries for two people. Granted, we live in like a more expensive area. We live near Seattle. But still, what are you guys doing to afford groceries? And honestly, I'm asking, like, what do you guys do? Like, how can I make that budget smaller, or what can I do to make things stretch more? Like, literally give me all your recipes. What do I do? I need your help.
Go find you some black people who are not doing real good financially and look at what they eating. Real talk, like the last lady who we just came across. They gonna teach you what you need to know.
Welcome to Broke Girl Dinner, where I literally have $2 in my account and I have to make dinner for my family. Side note, we have like nothing in the house and I have no money to go grocery shopping, so we're getting really creative with the things that we have. Tonight we're gonna make something called puffy pizza, where we're gonna take biscuits, layer at the bottom, tomato sauce and cheese, and pop it in the oven, and I will show you. I need to grease my pan, and I literally ran out of the grease spray this morning, so I'm just gonna have to butter it up or something. That's what I did. I took butter and I just greased up. So hopefully it works. Could be the best thing, could be the worst thing. I have no idea. So we're gonna
Now look, imagine how many puffy pizzas she could make if she knew how to make her own dough from flour.
layer the bottom with biscuits and just break it up. Use as many biscuits as you need, and you can also put these back in the fridge outside of the can if you don't use all of it. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I have these two that were left over, so we're gonna use these first before I break in that can. Breaking it up in chunks and putting it at the bottom. Remember, it's not gonna be perfect because it is a puffy pizza, so it's gonna look like this at the end. Next, take tomato sauce or pizza sauce. We're using with what we have. I'm gonna have it in this bowl so my daughter can help me, and then layer on top a thin layer. Preheat your oven to 350.
Yo, this one video alone is
If you were to
debunking.
purchase everything at Walmart to make this meal, it's going to be less than $10. I think I did it in the app and it was like 8 something. So
This video alone is debunking the idea that all white people are just growing up with privilege and a silver spoon, bro. There are a lot of white folks that's not doing good, I'm telling you.
super cheap meal. Top it with any toppings that you want, pepperoni, sausage, mushrooms, whatever, but we only have cheese. So we're making a cheese pizza. I do have canned mushrooms, but I don't think the kids will eat those. So cheese pizza I did. Cheese puffy pizza. Since this is just tomato sauce, we're gonna go in with some Italian seasoning on top. Then go ahead and layer your cheese and put in seasoning on top too, and then I'll pop it in the oven for 30 minutes. Don't forget to toss this in the fridge and use it for a different day if you did not use all of it. Here's what it looks like when I just pulled it out. We're gonna let it cool and then I'll serve it up. I had to pop it in the oven for like 10 more minutes. The kids are hungry, so I'm gonna serve it up. There's pizza and veggie straws. What are you guys eating for dinner?
$6.
Hey, bro, like videos like this really put things in perspective. If you start out like this, then you don't even know that you're not doing well in life. Like, let's be real, bro. In the comment section, for real, dog. How old were you when you realized y'all people ain't have it like that? I don't know how old I was. I didn't really start to feel the fact that my people ain't have a lot of money until I got to probably 6th grade. Maybe because I started going to 7th, 8th grade because I started going to school with white folks. I didn't realize that we didn't have it like that, dog. I'm dead ass serious. I just didn't, because when you growing up the way you grow up, everybody in the same condition, everybody eating similar meals, right? Ain't nobody driving Benzes. Niggas ain't got the newest and best things. Like, you just don't realize that you in what you in until you have something to compare it to.
And 15 fucking cents for a half a pound of Greek hot sweet peppers. What the hell? Is this what you voted for? The highest fucking food cost I've ever seen in my entire life? $9.
Is that a dude
For
from How I
some damn
Met, How I
pizza
Met Your
sauce.
Mama?
$10 fucking for a small pack of Starbucks coffee. Oh my god. Got a dang sweet treat for the dog. $20. Sweet treat for the dog. Sorry, $20. I guess you're gonna have to just find me fucking stinking, cause look at that. Clearance, $8.39. I'm telling you right now, we're gonna be paying $100,000 for a loaf of bread before this administration is over. The same administration that told us that on day one energy prices would come down, that the war in the Ukraine would be over, that the price of gas and food and it's all gonna be a miracle. And if you go on their Instagram page right now, they're telling you it is a miracle. Only we can see, our wallets know.
Now look, I don't care what your politics are, but you gotta admit that Trump has been the worst president in our lifetimes. And when I say our lifetime, if you 50 and under, I think he's the worst president we've ever had, honestly, bro. I'm just calling this spade. And then he insults you by saying that he doesn't care that you have to suffer because his goal is more important. What? And he's only in office because people are stupid. A whole bunch of poor people believe that somebody who rich, come from wealth, New York City, had anything in common with them. He told you that the undocumented immigrants is the reason why you're suffering. He told you that black people are the problem. And let's be real, America is extremely segregated. So if I live in the black part of town and you live in a white part of town, how does my actions affect your life? How does black on black crime hurt you? Black on black crime, not black on white crime. He in office because of division in politics, man. Us against them. That's why he in office, dog. It's truly retarded.
telling you it is a miracle. Only we can see. Our wallets know.
Say you got a plug, right? And every time you go to him, it's $20, $20, $20 for an eighth. Then the next time you go to him, he tells you it's $40. And you ask him, you like, yo, what you doing? It's $20. And he like, nah, my plug, he charging me 10%. Like, he adding on tax. So now I got to tax you to make my profit. So now the same bud you been getting, the same amount, is now 40 instead of 20 because of the newly added tax, right? That's basically what the economy is going through right now with the new tariffs and shit. Like, all the imported goods is getting taxed, some more than others. So that means all the stuff that you like to buy that's imported from like China and different areas is gonna get raised because they gotta add money to the final sale so they can make their profit too. You feel me? They're not just gonna eat the tariffs and just sell the shit at the same price. They gotta raise their prices because it's costing more to bring it in.
We are not. And look, shout out to that young brother right there, but he missed one thing too. Everything was spot on. The math wasn't exactly perfect, but everything was spot on. And this is what I'm gonna tell you. He forgot to mention that the plug got a refund on those tariffs, and he never passed back down those savings to you. He didn't come back and say, bro, look, every time I every time I had to pass down that shit to you, man, them people came and gave me back my money, so here goes some money back to you because I'm gonna look out for you because I want and I like you and I value you as a customer. Yeah, bro, a lot of these big companies got refunds on those tariffs, dog, and they ain't come back and pass those savings back to us, dog. The shit kind of sad, bro.
Not talking about stagflation enough, and it's actually becoming concerning. The Prime Minister of Singapore just came out and gave a warning to Singaporeans saying the stagflation that's coming is probably going to be worse than what hit in the 1970s, but as a country we're more developed, so we'll be able to face this from a position of strength. The United States is not in that situation. We are not coming into this new stagflation that is going to happen from a position of strength. And if you don't know what stagflation is, I made a video about it, but I'm quickly going to summarize. Stagflation is two economic terms shoved together: stagnant economic growth and inflation. Stagflation. And the stagnant economic growth literally means new jobs aren't being created, or people are losing jobs. And that's been happening all throughout Trump's term. No new jobs have been created since Trump took office. In fact, we are almost at a negative at this point because so many projects were cut, like the green energy projects, the infrastructure projects were cut, random Doge firings of government workers and things, cutting entire departments. That has put us in a bad situation where a bunch of people have lost jobs. The chaos of that plus the chaos of the tariffs have made it so a lot of companies don't want to spend more money, so they're not hiring new people, they're not expanding, they're just staying still. That's stagnant economic growth. The inflation side is coming from so many different places. Number one, companies just losing their minds, thinking they can just raise prices however they want, whenever they want. Plus, the volatility in the tariff market, prices are going up because of that. Then on top of that, now with the war with Iran, the volatility in the oil and the energy is making prices go up again. So the inflation piece is there. We are going to go into stagflation. And the stagflation was bad in the 70s. People couldn't really buy things. Like, we were just at a standstill. And
hey, talk to any black person who grew up in the 70s and they was in a black part of town. They gonna tell you, bro, shit was rough. My barber, my old barber, he's 60 something now. He told me in the 70s he was hungry so much one time. He was so hungry that the only thing they had in the refrigerator was an empty mayonnaise container, and he scooped the last bit of mayonnaise off the spoon and licked it off the spoon. I damn near gagged, bro, because I don't like mayonnaise like that, bro. But he was like, bro, it was rough. Y'all think poverty is real out here? That 70s poverty for black folks was a different beast, man. Anybody in the comment section, dog, tell me I'm lying. If you grew up in the projects or you was in the hood in the 70s, dog, tell me how rough it was and tell me if I'm lying. I be listening to them old heads, bro.
And the only way they fixed it was to force the economy to reset by making the interest rates through the roof, which made everyone stop buying. And then eventually, when everybody stopped buying, companies lowered their prices. They had to force the economy to reset. We're already not in a good place. And now this is happening. again. I don't think enough people are having this conversation to stress how bad stagflation is going to be for us right now, especially with our stock market, as if it matters, but I'm just stressing this.
Right.
Our stock market's only true demonstration of growth is the AI. Even though it's not producing money, people keep investing into it, even though it's not doing anything, and people are admitting it's not working. So once that bubble bursts, which it will, it has to, because they're investing in something that's not producing money, we're going to see that there is no economic growth in the US. So therefore, we will stop really developing as a nation financially, which is going to be detrimental to us in this current day and age. I really, really would like to see more people and the news report on the upcoming stagflation. There's no way around it at this point. I can't see us getting out of it. But if you think I'm wrong, please feel free to look it up. And if there's an economist out there watching this video, please feel free to let me know what I missed. Y'all have a good day.
And the thing that pissed me off is this, dog, especially like the people who are diehard Trump dick suckers, man. Listen, this is my thing, bro. Y'all think y'all smarter than these people who spent their whole life researching these topics. Y'all think y'all are smarter than the economists, man. The ones that went to MIT and Harvard and literally did the painstaking research for the last 30, 40 years. They've studied every market imaginable. They studied historically. They've studied the present. They looked towards the future. They did case studies. When this did this, that happened. X happens, Y happens. They did all of the work, and you gonna tell them people they don't know what the hell they talking about because Trump says that they're wrong. Trump, who hasn't shown any intellectual nothing. Like, bro, I ain't the smartest nigga in the world, but if you gonna tell me the leading researcher in any field says this, but some guy over here is just saying some just trust me, bro, science. Like, bro, come on now. I'm going with the expert, bro. I learned that from a book called The Richest Man in Babylon. You don't go to a sheep herder and get investing advice. You don't go to a basket weaver and ask him how to start a bank. You don't, it just don't make no sense. You go to the professionals in their prospective field, dog. And none of y'all listen to them people. Them people told us tariffs was going to do what they did. But look, I want to show y'all something.
All right, so what if I were to tell you that over the last 37 and a half years, there have been 3 Republican presidents and 3 Democratic presidents, and if we take a look at the total private sector jobs created between these two parties, it comes out like this. Yeah, so if you look at these 3 Democratic presidents and their combined 20 years in office, they've created 46.3 million jobs total over that time. But if you take a look at these 3 Republican presidents, that is not a typo. They've actually created negative 153,000 private sector jobs over their 17 and a half years in the Oval Office. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the facts behind this so you can explain it to your MAGA relatives. And first things first, to get the raw data, all you need to do is go to your favorite search engine and type in private sector jobs Fred, and you're going to get this chart here, which is total private sector employees in the United States over time. And so when you click that link, you're going to be taken to this chart here, which is all employees total private over the course of time, and it's done in thousands. So this is actually 89 million. And then you just go to the beginning month of every presidency between then and now. This is January 89 when George H.W. Bush took office. And this is January of 1993 when George Bush leaves office and Bill Clinton comes in. And then all you have to do is make a chart like this where you take the last month's number and subtract it from the first month, and you get their total private sector jobs created. And you can see that George H.W. Bush created 1.5 million jobs. George W. Bush created negative 368, and Donald Trump was down 2.1 million in his first term, and so far in his second term, he's created 903,000 jobs. But Bill Clinton created 20,979,000 jobs. Barack Obama, even though he was dealt with the Great Recession, he created 11.8 million jobs, and Joe Biden created 13.5 million jobs. And then you combine all the Republicans and all the Democrats, and you get those final numbers. And so with that much data staring you in the face, it's proof that the Republicans' plan of tax cuts for the wealthy and trickle-down economics and deregulating Wall Street does not produce more jobs. It produces negative jobs every single time they've tried it, while the Democrats have created 46.3 million in just 3 terms. All right, so
and look, I already know somebody in the comment section gonna be like, well, Donald Trump was dealing with the COVID. Come on now. Come on now. Bro, come on now. Let's not be retarded, bro. But anyways, bro, I hope y'all doing all right. I hope y'all still got jobs, and I hope you find a job if you don't have one, man. I'm going to get at y'all on the next one.